Hey, what's up everyone? Josh here from KeepItTechie, back with another Linux and open source breakdown. And today we're talking about something that's huge for anyone running a home lab, especially if you're running a custom NAS or even managing storage at work. I'm talking about the brand new TrueNAS 25.10 Goldeye. And this release builds on what we saw earlier this year in Fangtooth. And it really pushes TrueNAS forward in performance, reliability, and usability. And if you've ever wanted to understand how enterprise-grade storage tech like NVMe-over-Fabric or ZFS improvements can make your home setup faster and smarter, this is one of those videos you should definitely check out. Now, before we get into it, do me a quick favor, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I make videos just like this to help you learn Linux and break into the tech industry one command at a time. All right, let's get into it. So what exactly is TrueNAS 25.10 Goldeye? Let me switch over to my browser so I can show you guys right fast. And for those of you new to it, TrueNAS is an open source storage operating system developed by IX Systems. It's built around the open ZFS file system and can be used to create network attached storage, also known as NAS, backup servers, or even lightweight virtualization hosts. And historically, TrueNAS comes in two main flavors. There's TrueNAS Core, is based on FreeBSD, which is a more traditional NAS setup, and then TrueNAS Scale, which is based on Linux, built for containers, virtualization, and scalability. Now, over the last couple of years, IX Systems has been merging these effects, streamlining the platform so both community and enterprise users benefit from shared features and updates. So now we're at the Goldeye release, which is version 25.10. And it's clear this is their most ambitious update yet. And let's go through some of the highlights that make this version stand out. And this is one of the biggest ones right here. NVMe-over-Fabric support. Like I said, this is one of the biggest additions to 25.10. This lets you access storage across the network almost as if it's a local NVMe drive. And that means massive reduction in latency compared to older protocols like iSCSI or Fiber Channel. You could push IO performance through the roof. So that's perfect for like heavy workloads like AI training, databases, or virtual machines running off of your NAS. And so TrueNAS offers two deployment modes. You got NVMe TCP, which runs over regular Ethernet, so no special hardware needed. And then you have NVMe RDMA. It uses the RDMA capable adapters for crazy low latency and high throughput. For advanced users, this opens the door to some seriously fast and flexible setups, especially in Proxmox or Kubernetes environments. Let's scroll down a little further because there was a couple other things I wanted to show you guys. OpenZFS 2.3.4. ZFS is already known for its data integrity, snapshots, and self-healing, but Goldeye improves on the pool allocation and write balance algorithms. That means smoother performance under heavy loads, faster write speeds, and better predictability overall. And they've also made compression and block cloning more efficient, saving you disk space without losing speed. Now, they've also redefined how ZFS reports cache and ARC usage. You now see the true uncompressed size of data in memory, which helps you understand how much your caching is really doing. This sounds small, but for administrators or like home labbers, it makes performance tuning much easier. Now, you guys know I'm working most of my videos to home labbers and all that stuff, but just to talk about some of the enterprise grade update, Enterprise 25.10, it now supports 20 petabytes of NVMe flash in the F series and up to 40 petabytes of hard drive capacity in the M series. They also introduced support for 400 gigabits per second Ethernet adapters, marking a serious leap towards terabit scale networks. Now, most of us aren't running that in our basements, but it's good to know that the software stack scales from small home servers to Fortune 500 data centers. What's up, y'all? If you've been watching my channel for a minute, you already know I stay talking about Linux. And if you're looking for a solid, reliable enterprise Linux distro, let me put you on to Rocky Linux. This is the go-to replacement for CentOS, and it's built for the community, by the community. It's got everything you need for a stable and secure Linux experience, whether you're running servers, home labs, or enterprise workloads. And the best part, it's backed by CIQ, making sure it stays rock solid for the long haul. So if you're tired of these companies pulling a plug on your favorite distros, Rocky Linux is where you need to be. And I've covered Rocky Linux before, and trust me, it's worth checking out. So head over to rockylinux.org to learn more and get started. Keep it techie. Peace. Now, yeah, this is something else I wanted to talk to. One of the most overlooked but powerful updates is the new TrueNAS API built on JSON RPC 2.0 over WebSocket. This means faster automation, more reliable integration with third-party tools, and a predictable API versioning system. So if you're building your own dashboards or managing a fleet of servers with Ansible, you can expect consistency across upgrades. And then also another thing I wanted to point out, the update profiles and the simplified maintenance, the way they improved upon that. And I introduced a update profile, letting you choose between early adopter, general, mission critical, or developer track. And that's a really nice touch for users who want to control how fast updates roll out. If you're a tinkerer, you can go with those early adopters. That way you'll get those updates pretty quick. But if you're running like a business or you have some critical data, mission critical, keeps things like rock solid. You know, that the updates have went through thorough testing before they're pushed out to your system. Now, a couple other things, they did improve the web UI. It has a smoother iSCSI wizard, a smarter YAML editor for apps, more responsive statistics dashboard for real-time performance, and an improved user management page with role-based setup. And overall, the system feels snappier, and you guys will see that once I actually run through the install, so you guys can check it out for yourself when I go through it. Now, another thing that's been added, one of the biggest trends in TrueNAS world is the growing ability to handle virtualization. And with 2510, they've expanded KVM-based virtualization, now called the data hypervisor. And it separates full VMs from lightweight containers and even supports high availability VMs on enterprise systems. And you can also import, export disks in formats like VMDK, VDI, or QCOW2, making migration from VMware or VirtualBox super convenient. And also TrueNAS Connect. This is a brand new cloud-based dashboard to monitor all your TrueNAS systems from one place. So if you guys want to check that out, you definitely can. You can look at the system health. You can check out alerts and inventory, all from one browser. And it's free for the community users until December 2025, and enterprise integration rolls out early 2026. It's optional, but if you manage multiple nodes, it could be like a lifesaver, which most people, they'll have one NAS on their network. And so this might only benefit businesses that have multiple on their network that manage a whole bunch of data, and they can monitor everything in one location. So at the end of the day, Goldeye is not a small patch release. This is a serious upgrade touching nearly every layer. So storage, networking, virtualization, and management. But anyway, let's get to the fun part, and I'll walk you guys through the installation, show you guys how simple it is. I've done it plenty of times on the channel. I'll just install it in VirtualBox. Be back in a sec. All right, so I'm at the grub menu. Let's go down and walk through the installation. Let's hit start TrueNAS scale installation. And the installation is super simple. I'll walk you guys through it for anyone that's never did it. Now, right here, you got 4 options. So install, upgrade, you can go into the shell if you need to. You can reboot system, you can shut down. This is just basically the main menu. And down at the bottom, you got okay, and then cancel. So we're gonna go into install. And what we wanna do is pick the drive we wanna install it on. And what you wanna do in order to select something, you hit that space bar. And then all you have to do is press enter, and that will select that for us. And this will erase all partitions or data on that hard drive, if there's any. And it's just a verification just to make sure you want to proceed with the installation on that drive. It's a 32 gigabit drive. And the other 2 are just some 10 gigabyte drives that set up just for the hell of it. Now, the web UI authentication method. You can do administrative user, TrueNAS admin, or you can configure using the web UI. I'm gonna just use the default, which is fine. So that will be the actual user name, TrueNAS admin. I'll just use that. And then we can set a password right here. And that way we don't have to worry about it when we get to the web UI. And let's hit tab, get down to OK and press enter, and then allow EFI boots. And we're gonna go with yes, instead of the legacy BIOS boot, which is fine. And then it'll go through and install the system. And that's pretty much it. That's the install. And then it'll pop back up to the menu. I'll show you guys that once we get to that step. I'll come back. I'll just let this go through and I'll come back when it finishes. And then I'll show you the end results, and then we can reboot and go into the web UI and show you guys how it works. All right, so as you can see, TrueNAS installation has succeeded on SDA. So all we have to do is press OK right here, and that'll take you back to that main menu. And all you have to do is hit reboot, and your boot order will take over, and it will try to boot from the hard drive, and it should boot into True from there. Oh, and another thing, I had to do the reinstall because this virtual machine wasn't set up for EFI or UEFI. So I had to let it install. So that was one change I made that you guys didn't see. All right, so we are done. It's finally booted up. It's loaded all the plugins and all that stuff that you have with TrueNAS. Now, I just wanted to quickly show you guys the console setup. Pretty much, this is your web user interface right there. It just tells you the IP to get to it. And then you also have a couple of options there. You can configure a network interface, your network settings, or you can set a static IP address. Essentially, you can change your local administrative password. You can create a one-time password for it. If you want to, you can reset the configuration to the default. You can open a TrueNAS command line shell, open a Linux shell, you can reboot and shut down. So all you have to do is hit the prospective number and it'll take you to that step to make those modifications if you need to. But all we're gonna do is go to the web UI, and I'll walk you guys through just setting this thing up or just looking at it and just showing you guys how to use it. All right, so let's switch back over to our browser, and then let's type in our IP address right there. And so our username is true, and then _admin, and then our password that we set up on the command. That should be it. And yep, we are good. So this is TrueNAS. We are logged in, and let me go down and get rid of my face so you guys can see the full website. We don't need to see my face for this. I'll just quickly go through the menu on the left-hand side so you guys can see it, but this is your main dashboard. This lets you know what you got right there. You can check for updates right there. You can install manual updates if you need to. This is your profiles right here. You can go in developer, you can early adopter. Right now it's set to early adopter. And right now you can see your system is up to date. Good to go there. Let's go back to the dashboard right fast, but you can see all your system information there. You can go to system reports, you can copy the version to clipboard if you need to. You can go into more performance, more protection. You can explore the TrueNAS enterprise settings, or not settings, but information you can, if you switch over to enterprise. CPU usage, CPU model. That's cool. It pulls in my, yeah, that's right, because I got the host CPU pushed to this thing. And then you got your memory. So I just gave this thing 8 gigs of memory. I don't have any pools set up, the IP address. And this is cool, man. It's got pretty much any and everything you need. And then you can go into storage. This is where you can create a pool. I'm not gonna create a pool because I think these drives are not gonna work. Now that I think about it, I think they have the same serial because they're under the virtual machine. So it's not gonna work. It has to be 2 separate physical drives. So it's gonna show all these as one drive. So it's not gonna be able to separate them out. If I set up a mirror or something like that, I think that's what's gonna happen. So I'm not even gonna mess with them. Let's see, data sets. So this is after you create your pool. You set up your shares after you set up your pool. Data protection, credentials. Now this is where you can go in and set up your user accounts, all that good stuff. You can create an API key. Let's see, profiles, all that good stuff. Let's see what else we got under here. We got groups. We got directory services. What else we got? Backup credentials, you can back them up, and certificates if you need to add certificates so you can have SSH connections and all that stuff using search. Containers, you gotta have a pool in order to set up your containers. And right now it's experimental. It says it's experimental, but it's there. And then also virtual machines. So you got your virtual machines option there. Applications, you can, let's see, let's check for available applications. And there we go. So you can install your applications from there, new and updated apps. You can view all the apps and you can go through. They got Pi-hole, let's see, Elasticsearch, Organizer, Prometheus, that's cool. Copyporty, Getty, Cloudflare, that's cool. As a client for the tunnel. Yeah, that's dope. Transmission, base row. You got a whole bunch of little applications in here you can install. So super cool. You can check out your reporting. And this is really detailed. You can go into here and look at pretty much everything. So all your memory, networking, pretty much everything on the main page as far as your dashboard, you can go through and look at it all there. Even UPS, if you have a UPS hooked up. ZFS, if you had it set up, that'll be there as well. Let's see, under system, this is your updates, which we seen earlier. Then your general settings right here. You can go through and make changes here to any of your general settings on the system. Like for instance, time formats, time zone, language, date formats, email. So if you send mail method, SMTP, if you want to use something different. If you have a license for the enterprise version, you can put that in there. That's how you put it in there. Then your settings right here, you can change the theme. SSL cert, if you want to put that in there. Web interface IP version 4. Version 6, you can put all that information in there, redirects, all that good stuff. Let's go back under here right fast. Admin settings. So you got a little bit more under here. So your console settings, syslog, kernel, audit, init shutdown scripts, cron jobs if you have any, systemctl, NTP server, replication, storage. You got your access right there. You could terminate sessions, all that stuff. So if you got like a rogue session there or someone that you don't recognize, you could terminate the session. Allowed IP addresses, you can specify specific IP addresses coming from a location that you only want to connect to this thing. Yeah, you can make your changes there to the network, your boots. And then let's see, services, you can start up all your services, whatever services you need, or stop them, start automatically, FTP, NFS, SMB, SSH, all that stuff. So right now you can see all of them is stopped. And then you can go into the shell right there. It's cool, right from the browser. Your alert settings, this will allow you to send out error messages and all that stuff. You can make your changes there, like how you want the warnings to go out. So set the levels and set the frequency. And then also your auditing. So go through and make your changes there as far as the settings for auditing. And that's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys. Like I said, this is the community edition. I just wanted to quickly run through it so you guys can at least see how to use it. I wish I had some drives to connect to this thing so we could set it up, but I'll try to do that on another video, I guess, at a later date. All right, now let me talk about my honest take after spending time with TrueNAS 2510. And yeah, it has been on a virtual machine. I've been playing around with it on a virtual machine. I haven't installed it on physical hardware at the moment, but from what I can tell, it is good. The performance and scalability, the NVMe-oF changes the game. Even mid-range hardware benefits from lower latency. That's like a dope improvement, as well as the UI improvements. Everything from iSCSI Wizard to the editor feels smoother. This makes it friendlier for beginners without taking away power from advanced users. And also version APIs and automation. As someone who's big on scripting and automation, I love that you can interact with TrueNAS more efficiently now. And also the ZFS enhancements. It's not flashy, but reliability and consistency improvements means your data is safer and your workloads perform better. Now, what could be better? I would say the complexity. TrueNAS has grown a lot from the last time I looked at it, which is good, but it's also still intimidating. Beginners might get lost among advanced features they've never touched. The hardware demands. To unlock its full potential, especially the NVMe-oF or 400 gigabits per second networking, you need some serious hardware and you gotta have some serious cash for that. And I know a lot of people don't have that kind of cash, especially around these times, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, also the stability. Since it's Goldeye, but Goldeye is brand new, you might want to hold off on upgrading production systems until the first point release rolls out. Early builds always have rough edges, and that's true with any Linux distribution. All right, guys, so that's it for my breakdown of TrueNAS 25.10 Goldeye. If you're serious about data management or just love tinkering in your home lab, I definitely recommend checking this release out. Also, let me know down in the comments, are you running TrueNAS core scale or are you planning to jump into 25.10? Also, what is your favorite NAS setup right now? As always, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video if it helps you out. And remember, the goal is to learn Linux and break into tech one command at a time. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and of course, keep it techie. Yo, what's up, y'all? Listen, if you've been sitting there thinking about making a move, let me tell you, tech is where it's at. I don't care where you're coming from, whether you've got a degree, a GED, or just pure hustle. There's room for you in this game. You see, tech is more than just keyboards and code. It's solving problems, creating opportunities, and building the future. You already have what it takes because tech doesn't care where you start. It cares where you're willing to go. You can teach yourself Linux, learn Python, break into cybersecurity, or even launch your own app. And the resources are out here for free. And yes, you heard me, free. Now, yeah, it's gonna take effort. You'll have to grind, but think about this. The time is gonna pass anyway, so why not invest it in a skill that'll change your life? I mean, tech doesn't just pay the bills, it opens doors to freedom, stability, and generational wealth. So stop doubting yourself, start small, stay consistent, and keep building. Because this isn't just a career, it's a movement. And guess what? You belong here. So let's get it, because the future is yours to build. Keep it techie.
Wow.